So hello everybody, in today's video and tutorial we will be using the TensorFlow to make a stock market prediction. We will learn the data, we will tell the TensorFlow engine to learn the data and try to predict whether the price has more chance of going upwards than more chance of going downwards by 2% range. So it's a really exciting project, and I decided to share it with you guys. And I've been just working on a script for the whole day, but I want to tell you a quick review who I am. My name is Matt. I've been working for exchange developments for the last 3 years, and I'm mainly programming with PHP, and now I started to program with TensorFlow, learning to program with TensorFlow, and starting to create my own models right now. And today I made one, and I want to show you what it actually is doing. But the idea is that my history, I already have made a trading platform where people can log in, sign up, and do some trades, automated trades, and have AIs to recommend whether it's to buy or not to buy at this moment. But the idea is that, I want to make a model using TensorFlow that can tell others to whether buy and don't buy or sell, as like a publicly available indicator that can suggest maybe using the TensorFlow engine to buy or to sell. Like I have like you were to have like a publicly available tool that can give you recommendations that's based on TensorFlow. But I have already been making AIs earlier, and these AI systems. For these AI systems, I have already made large databases with data, like backtesting data. And in this video, I'll be using indicator-based prediction models. So I will show you the code right now. So we are basically setting up a pretty default, standardized, simple, easy, basic model. We will be using another function which will be sort the array, in this case dictionary, in Python it's called dictionary, in ascending way. So basically have all the indicators set up and then just sort them, because the TensorFlow matrix, TensorFlow uses a NumPy matrix type of an array system or indexing system, whatever it's called, however it's used. It's very complicated for me to quite understand it. But the thing is that it has like a rows with a number in each of these rows. They call it tensors, and each of these rows there is a value between 0 and 100, for example. And when we load up indicators, they must be placed that each indicator is in each the row. In my case, I have live indicators at one database and the backtesting indicators in other database, and they are differently indexed. So then I decided I need to make another array which basically takes all the indicators from database, stores it in such an array format, like let's say RSI close state 1 minute, MFI close state 1 minute, and the stochastics close state 1 minute, and it fills all the data from the MySQL database, each of the columns in here, and then the system resorts the array descendingly or ascendingly, doesn't matter in which direction, and then inputs into the NumPy matrix that each trade will be a bunch of these indicators. And there will be also another array which tells whether this was a positive trade or this was a negative trade. So basically we will have a bunch of data, chunks of data with trades on each NumPy array indexed. And there will be additional array which will be telling us whether this was a positive trade or a negative trade. So here a little bit lower we have the MySQL select from database. I have a bunch of indicators with separate databases. We'll be taking the first 100,000 to the next 100,000 records. We'll be building an array out of these, looping each the MySQL column value, then implementing or adding it to the indicator table, which I showed previously, these RSI 1 minute states and etc. They will be adding the script will be adding each of the column from MySQL to its associated column in the indicator table. Skip adding the indicators if one of these tables doesn't have any state in it, so it's not calculated, exchange was turned off, or etc. Then rearrange this array or reassort this array descendingly, so each indicator is always associated in the same exact position. And then was add these, then loop through the already made indicators, this array of indicators in each value, and just append it to a large list, and then afterwards append this large list to NumPy array and create a full training data array set and the results array set. So basically then we create a model, we firstly we just evaluate random model, and then we start training with 4 iterations, then we reevaluate the model, save the model, and then check a prediction from the first record from our learning datasets. So before this video I was checking and the price was somewhere up here, and the TensorFlow was telling us there will be a negative move 100%. Well, who knows what will happen? I'm just checking, but it started to go downwards actually. So let's see how is our prediction model loading up. So this is the first cycle, and here you can see how indicators are stored, how they are a little bit higher, how they are stored in the array. We have 40,000 positive deals, 41,000 negative deals, and here is the first evaluation. It was a 0.50, so it's like a 50-50 chance. After the learning, the evaluation process was 0.78 process, and that is really high. That is really high. So the recommendation, the evolution process is telling us that 0 means when the price is falling down, so the first prediction means that the price will fall down, but this one means that the price will start going upwards. Price will start going upwards. So now what we will do, we will give him a larger data set to study on. Right, I'll show you. So now that we have studied the first 100,000 records, let's take 200,000, let's take 150,000. But what we will do is we uncomment this and tell him to load the previously saved model. So we will take the first previously learned model, re-evaluate it, give us the score, then train it, then re-evaluate it once more, and then again check the first suggestion. Now when it finishes learning, let's really open the chart, make a prediction, and see maybe after 10 minutes where the price has moved. Now there is another thing which you have to keep in mind, is that it doesn't predict to you like whether it will happen in the next 10 minutes or 100 minutes, maybe after a year, where the price will go up by 1% or down by 1%. It doesn't predict that. You don't know when it goes ups and downs. But if you look at the chart, you can see the previous prediction was, I would say by now it was really accurate, really accurate. I'm surprised by now, but let's see what happens. So it's still loading. I could take a break for 10 minutes or so. While the model is still not learned, I'm checking the results. Predicting a fall 0.48, predicting a fall 0.20. So the live indicators are changing constantly. So apparently there is one indicator that changes all the time, and thus changes the outcome all the time. So the thing is that it's relying only on 1 or 2 indicators right now, and you can see that every 10 seconds the prediction changes. So it's now predicting 100% increase. Well, who knows? So yeah, we must wait until it learns. Okay, it started its learning process. It's okay. Evaluation score was 0.5, so it basically was completely wrong. The learning process is 0.54. Accuracy now, I mean. So we must wait until it finishes loading up. We must wait until that. And this is the thing, when you learn on the backtested data, it can get some accuracy, but when you really start using in the live data, it can really show some chaos and misunderstandings and everything completely wrong, maybe, or random predictions. And let's wait until this model is finished saving, it's finished to save. So now it's starting to predict an increase in the price and decrease. Increase of the price is greater than decreasing the price. So, alright, the price is really increasing. Nice. There's a greater chance for the price to go upwards, but still, this is a really untrained model. It's untrained yet. But anyway, it seems that it will start going upwards now and falling downwards. It's like, oh no, it will go upwards, oh no, it will go downwards, oh no, it go upwards, oh, it go downwards, and all the time like this. So now it's telling, okay, it will now go downwards. He's unsure. It's just because he's looking. He's untrained. He's really untrained. He's looking and thinking some correlations between. It has to be a stable data. It has to be stable. It should not. Oh no, it will go upwards. It will go upwards. Is like, well, basically what we are seeing is that he's making his decisions based on the last minute or so. It's like, oh, now it's a 50-50 chance. Let's see. Well, it will go upwards, I can tell you, I think, but he's not sure yet. Okay, he has learned something more. He's learned something more, and let's see what will be the changes. So the accuracy is 0.75. The accuracy is 0.75. Let's write it down. First is 0.75 loss. And the loss was, let's see, loss was 0.45. Okay. So what is the oracle telling us right now? It's telling, actually I'm not sure which was the price increase or the price decrease. I'm not sure of one of these. But surely we will get back to it with accuracies. Okay, so now let's take another 100,000, next 100,000 iterations for Litecoin. We were using 150,000. Let's take next 100,000. Let's take 100,000. Save it, load it up, let it learn itself. While it's learning, let's do some rechecks how stable it is now. So as you can see, the price is going upwards, and 0.9 the first, 0.69 the second, $0.53, as you can see, it's pretty much changing on each the value, because when the price moves a little bit upwards, downwards, it has a different prediction. So basically what I'm thinking is it's still overall it's telling that the first parameter is always the highest one. I think the first should be a 0, and 0 means falling down, and the second is 1, which basically means that the price is going upwards. But as you can see, the suggestions from it incorrectly formatted numbers, the suggestions from it deviates like from one side to the other. I need to format the numbers, but that I can do later. So it's basically telling one time the other maximum and second time the opposite maximum, etc., etc. So basically what kind of a prediction you can get. But this is only because the neuron network has to be learned. It has to learn a lot more than the learning itself is here happening. So anyway, let's see how the learning process itself is carrying on. So it has already finished, and there was quite less trades here to examine. So now let's write down the numbers. We have a loss of 0.34 and accuracy of 0.85. Okay, so now let's take and write it down. I forgot the numbers. 3485. Okay, it's only a little, it got a little better. So now let's use the same data for our Ethereum. Okay, so I come to a conclusion that this value indicates the price to fall down, and this indicates the chances for the price to go upwards, and this indicates the chances for the price to go downwards. So basically, in this given second, it's telling us the price will go downwards. What will be now? Now will be an error. Maybe I did something wrong. Wait. I'm checking that there are incorrect data inputted here, so I must change it. Some kind of my error. Okay, it wasn't an error. I was just calling a different file. Alright, so now we're back. And it's basically telling us 0 means price will fall down, first means price will fall down, and this one means price will go upwards. So what are the chances? And the percentage of the price movement right here is approximately, you would say, 1%. So, and it's predicting 2% moves. I'm still predicting the price that will go downwards. Or whatever you say, TensorFlow, I think nobody can predict anything like it. Still loading. Let's wait another 10 minutes, and then 5 minutes, and then I must end this video. Meanwhile, while it's loading, let's just play with it. Let's see the predictions made. So price will go upwards now. He changed his mind. Price will go upwards. Now he thinks the price will go downwards. I said, okay, up, up. No, it's down. He's like, oh no, it still will go upwards. Yeah, he's saying, yeah, it will go upwards now. He's like, alright, it will still go upwards. and this is kind of incorrect number formation. Let's see what he's thinking right now. He's now not sure whether it will or will not go upwards. It's like 50-50 nearly. Oh, he's still the same. Maybe no indicators are updated. He's now trying to rethink. Maybe it will go down or maybe it will go upwards. I'm not sure. He's saying, okay, it will go upwards. Or maybe downwards. I'm yet not sure which of one of these is up or down. But anyway, he's now thinking completely opposite. Completely opposite right now. He's now telling, yeah, it will go upwards. He was thinking, and then he saw a green candle. He said, yeah, it will go upwards. And now he's telling, no, it will go downwards. Anyway, we have learning itself started on a different market. On a different market. And evaluation at the beginning was with a large error, with a 1.32 error. It's the same model on different market, and as you can see now, it's relearning itself. It's starting to learn different ways, different patterns, and it has 0.53 accuracy already. And we've written down that it was a pretty high accuracy before, but now we are having a different accuracy. I mean, lower accuracy on a different market, lower accuracy. Okay, it's about to finish, and as you can see, the learning itself didn't quite catch up that big as it were before. So we have a learning for the next 300,000 records. Change it here. We did 200,000, so next 200,000. Okay, why it is still learning? Let's just continue seeing what the predictions are. Maybe they got a little bit stable, who knows. And I should leave overnight, so it's telling the price will go upwards, more chancely. Now it's saying that there's a greater chance for the price to go downwards. Still, by now it seems it got a little bit more stable. The results got a little bit more stable. They're not like from one to the opposite side. They're now a little bit more stable. And of course there should be areas where there is 50-50 chances, and there should be areas where there are greater chances. But these results tend to get a little bit better. So it was telling that the price go upwards, and it did a little. It's somewhere in the middle now. So we did another 200,000 learnings, and it's now not going to one or the other extreme. So before he maybe found, the TensorFlow found that there is only one indicator causing the most impact. But when you start randomizing the patterns with different markets, different scenarios, and etc., he starts readjusting the idea and gets a little bit precise. Now he thought, okay, when the RSI 1 minute or the green candle is pretty large, the price will definitely go upwards, or whatever. But when you start learning from many angles, he starts to understand something better. He starts to understand the colorations a little bit better. So now he's telling the price will fall down. There's a greater chance for the price to fall down. Still a greater chance for the price to fall down. I can push this button all day. Somewhere in the middle, 50-50 approximately. He still thinks that the price will fall down. He's now thinking maybe the price will go upwards. Who knows? He's like, who knows? Fall down. So out of all these clicks, I've seen that the price fall down has been most of the times. This, if the first one is higher, it means price will fall down. If the second number is higher, the price will go upwards. He's now most of the time telling us, well, again, it's 50-50, but as I've seen, most of the times he was indicating that the price will go downwards. Also 50-50. Again 50-50, but it seems the same. Maybe the indicators haven't loaded up. Price go downwards. Now the price will go upwards, like a opposite extreme. He said, oh no, sorry, price will go downwards. He said, oh, maybe upwards, who knows? Well, he's starting to think, well, maybe it will go upwards. Okay, well, how is a learning model? And when this learning model is finished, that's it for today's video. And by now, my conclusion is that on the next videos, I'll be investigating more time in the data structure itself, in the learning process itself, investigating and editing code for the for the learning process itself, because now at the beginning it's my first model, it's a first test, and now that I see how it works, now that I see his weak spots, which is basically giving out random results, there must be a way to balance out this. There must be a way to let's say optimize it, to not be so much random. So, and what I think is I need to learn this model needs to learn more deeper. He needs to learn more preciser. He needs to learn a lot more than what I think now. It's relying only on a couple of indicator states. He's relying on a couple of indicator states. He's not actually relying on the. He has to take a greater picture of the overall market condition. So he has to learn a lot more than only these let's say 400,000 results that he has studied. But now he's starting to think that the price will go upwards. Well, I think the results, how they should look like with not such a dramatic changes. Now, before this learning process, the changes were like sometimes you even see 1 or 100% that the price will go upwards, and etc. So what I think is that it got to a point a little more stable, a little more accurate. And there are times when there basically is a 50-50 chance for the price to move onwards, on the opposite words, or the upwards. There is always a 50-50 chance in some points. But my conclusion, it has to be more balanced, that there is like a 50-50, and if the price moves a little bit, then the results change a little bit. So they have to be more weighted. They have to be more that you don't see so many impacts happening on a small price change. So okay. The second one is predicting upwards. I'm waiting the second model to load up, second learning process to load up, and it's right here. And the best accuracy for the next market was I will shift it. So next 200,000 times we didn't improve things much. So I added the next 200,000 records, start learning it, and let's check the prediction accuracy for the last minute, and then I'll be quitting this video for today. So the accuracy that the price will fall downwards is greater. Let's see whether it's stabilized a little bit. Still falling down greater, but not such huge impact to it. Okay, so now he thinks the price will go upwards. Well, basically 50-50 still. Price will go upwards. Price will go upwards. So what I'm thinking, maybe I should need to make that every 10 seconds, let's say every minute, like the average results are being averaged, and thus then give a final conclusion. I give a final conclusion. Okay. So it's a little bit, it's getting a little bit stable, it's getting a little bit stabler, but still, okay, it's selling upwards, but still I don't see the stability that much. I don't see the stability that much in this scenario, in this case. So price will go upwards. He's convinced. It was 0.85, 0.67. 0.88. So this one he started to actually guess correctly, because he was telling the price will go upwards before the green candle started to rise, as you can see in the chart right here, and it pumped down. Let's see what he will tell right now. $50-50. Let's just wait. Well, upwards and 50-50, that's what he's telling me right now. Okay, he's now convinced that the price will go upwards. My god, how did he thought about that? 92% upwards. And now he's thinking, oh no, not upwards, maybe not. Maybe not this time. Oh, he's saying, well, maybe 50-50. Well, as I can see that there is some major impact on the last candle going on. So this, he's still thinks that the price will go upwards. Okay, so I got convinced by the average results that he is picking up. He's suggesting that the price will go upwards, but now he's starting to think otherwise. But the price still went upwards. And the price actually did went upwards. So this gave me a little comparison, not a comparison, but a clue that maybe we are on the right track. Maybe we are on the right track. So still he thinks the price will go upwards. So that's it for today's video, and see you guys on the next video. Bye.